Hey guys, welcome back. This is Andy with BookBridge.io. So today I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison between BookBridge.io and BookClicker. BookClicker is one of the platforms that I've been using for just about 3 years now, and I found a lot of things I just couldn't do with BookClicker, and I decided to change that by building BookBridge.io. So if you're ready for side-by-side and you're an indie author who relies on book swapping to grow your list and to get quality subscribers and people who want to buy your books, then this video is for you. So let's dive in. All right, first things first is looking at the dashboard. So if we go over here to Book Clicker, here's my dashboard. You can see it tells me welcome, tells me about my seller activity and my buyer activity. So I'm assuming the buyer activity, actually, I really don't know what that means. But I've just seen it. I just kind of glossed over this. I tried to understand all of this and what this stuff meant, but it's just kind of a long list of, I mean, there's stuff from back in July, I guess, here. And I don't know what to do with this. Like, I just don't use this page. So let's get past this and go to the calendar. So there was a side by side. Here is BookBridge.io's dashboard. So I can tell what needs my attention. And, let's go back over to Book Clicker. Did remember that there was I would have notices here when there were things to do. And so I would just have to, scroll down a little bit and see, okay, pending sales activity, today's promos. So nothing is going on. So there's that. So let me go back and forth. Let me slow down because I'm just kind of like, oh, what do I show you first? So in here, I have my 4 active swaps. Right now on my beta tester, I got 2 books up and it tells me how many subscribers. So same here. I see my subscribers, my my list, open rate, click rate, my second list, open rate, click rate, and whatnot. Okay, so let's go to let's go to the calendar, and I'll go to the calendar here. All right, as you guys can see, this is my BookBridge.io calendar. It tells me again my list, and this one is verified through it's a screenshot of the dashboard. So I have a couple ways you can look at this, because why you don't see what the subscriber numbers are is because it's not hooked up, because you do have the option to do a screenshot to show other authors. But I have 2 things going on here. It's telling me on this list there are 2 things to address, whereas on this list there's nothing, except I guess I'm on vacation. All right, so that was a bug. So if you watched my last video, you saw I did catch a bug in this, which will be fixed. So if you're like, ooh, can I find a bug? You guys want to help me find bugs? There is a link below in the description if you want to sign up and apply to be a beta tester and get BookBridge.io completely free. Use it, abuse it, try to break it for me, please, so I can make it a better platform. So just click that link below. All right, so let's look at my main one here. I can see my notifications and what's going on. Okay. A swap has been accepted, and then one of my requests has been accepted and confirmed. On Book Clicker, what I heard a lot, and when I would help other indie authors, because they would message me like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I found myself actually making how-to videos for Book Clicker. They were confused, like, what does the color coding mean? And I was like, I don't know, but I think it's in the frequently asked questions. But I kind of figured out that, okay, red means probably not available, and yellow means I know I need to, now, because I've been using it for over 3 years, I need to confirm some swaps. So I would have to wait. I don't know how many days you have to wait, because I know I can't put in anything here. I can't put in, like, what is it? The email preview link. I have to wait until these turn yellow. But at a glance, I can see, what was booked and whatnot, and what's still available because it's green on my, um, what is this called? Gosh, calendar. But I don't know if I have a lot of lists. I just have a lot going on in life. Like, what is Sunday? Is it a solo? Is it a feature? Yes, it's a solo. Okay. Over here, you can see on BookBridge.io that I have it's color coded. And then you see at a glance that I have mentions on Tuesdays going along with features, solos. It's right here what I have available. And that kind of makes it really easy for me to see what's going on. When it comes to setting the schedule on bookbridge.io, I can set a weekly pattern. I can do a date range of just either an exclusive or feature. You can't do both. I have the option to make it paid. I have the option to say no, it's paid only. You cannot try to, you can't change the price. I know on Book Clicker, someone is able to change the price. Let me see if I can give you an example here. Someone who has a price. So let's try to book this. So if I try to book this solo, I can see I can change the price here. I didn't quite like that. Maybe people like that, especially if you're the one asking for the solo. You can be like, yeah, I can lower it to $5. I've had people like try to get solos for half the price I was asking, and I was just like, come on, respect the grind. Like we're all trying to, if we don't have equal subscriber numbers, it makes sense to pay, to be on someone's list. And then if you're going to treat my list like a $5 slot machine, come on. And that was a bad analogy, guys. You're going to hear bad analogies. I'm sorry. You have to go through that. But so I didn't quite like that. And then you have to hover over these to see what they have available. So I like that you can make this paid only, or they can offer you a swap, but the price doesn't change. And then, of course, you can clear the schedule, just specific days, all of them, or a date range here. So with Book Clicker, let me go back to my list. You can set your what they call inventory. That was confusing when I first started. I didn't understand that, and then I can set my prices here. I have all of this here because I wanted notes about what I'm willing to swap because there's nowhere else to put it. Set my price, but you can say, oh, sorry. No, you can't do both. Or it's just a swap only, like mentions. What genres I do, and then you can set just one date. You can set these bookings just like that. It's just a check mark, and that worked. It worked. It just wasn't as flexible as I'd like because I was also swapping on it to other platforms, and so I couldn't like pick and choose, you know, just Sunday's date range or what I wanted it to be really easily. But I don't have to do that now because bookbridge.io is going to have all the things the other platforms have. So it's going to be kind of like an all in one. Now I'll have to keep platform hopping and try to write down the schedule, promos, and every other Wednesday will be a solo on this platform, and then the other alternate Wednesdays will be a solo on that platform, so I can reach more, authors. It worked. I finally found a system to make it work, but oh my gosh, no doubt I got ghosted. Couldn't sometimes keep up with trying to track who actually sent, who didn't. I would miss swaps and then make up for it. I think I'm done if you're an indie author on multiple platforms. So if we go back over to here to Book Clicker, that's how it is, and save it. And then there's all this. I didn't like all this. I was like, how can I just show what I want, for other people? So when you go to the swap meet, this is how it would look. You get to all their information, list notes about the author, And they're open to all clean genres, cozy mysteries, no graphic violence, closed door romances with no explicit content. And then I just see a breath of fresh air, which is their name. I know exactly who they want to swap with, what genres they want to swap with, how they're publishing. Do I want to check out their website and their author page just to see is this author legit? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Okay. And when they connect their email account, you're either going to see their verified stats here or you're going to see the screenshot of their dashboard. Okay. So that's how we have it. If you look at the marketplace here and we pick by genre, let's go to mystery. This is what you get. And so marketplace is equivalent to the swap meet. Okay, so we can search by name, pen name, list name, or genre, just kind of like we do here. I don't search by dates, but if they have dates available, they show up. If they have not placed any availability on their dates, they don't show up. All right, you can search by, genre here, and then you can search by swap types. I think you can on BookClick. No, you can't search by, no, not by swap types because they just have all of them listed. So if you're looking for just solos, and I know people who are just building their email list, this is super valuable. It really cuts down your just looking for people because you can go in here and see that if they do or don't have a solo available. I guess this kind of tells you, but I've seen these before and I go to book and then there's nothing here. Okay, they do starting in March. But there are times I'll run into it's just all grayed out. But I'm like, why is it grayed off? It says, swap here. So to me, I just felt, it worked for a time. So, and then what I love about this is going to be similar to your list, and you're going to get those first. I like to be mindful that if I have a list of 4,600, I'm not going to go to someone who has a list of 8,000 and say, hey, can we swap a solo for a solo? Guys, it's just not quite fair. I think I should give them a solo and maybe I ask for a feature on theirs. That's more fairish, I think. But you absolutely do have options to see all of the authors here. But first, it's going to filter out those that are kind of within your ballpark. And if they have solos or not. Because if you're just starting out and you have zero, more than likely you're going to have to start with paid swaps and start to build up your list. So get that out now, whatever you want to, get a feature or mention and see what you can do when you want to, start building your list, guys. So far, how's this looking compared to BookClicker? Like, does it seem more intuitive? Does it seem like, it's more complicated? And how do you like the layout? We have kind of a list view with the table view here on BookClicker. And this is more of like author cards. You get to know them, verified if they're not, their genres right away. And then you see all of their color codes. So basically, this tells you they have all three swaps available. So that's that. I'm not going to go through every single details in this video because I don't want to get it too what's the word I want? Too long. But there's something else. So here they do have confirmed promos here. So this is a place where you can go, and I would use this a lot. Oh wow, I missed a lot. Some of these people actually ghosted on me, and so there's nothing to send. And that's kind of unfortunate. I was like, why am I still going to send it? Like, I messaged them, tried to find them. They never sent my book, never got anything back. And so I was like, I'm not going to send your book if you're not going to follow through. And that's why a lot of these are just blanks. I'm like, I have no way of getting to know these people. So when it comes to messaging, if that's a big deal for you, of course, we have our messages here. And you can message them if they messaged you, or you can go to Marketplace, try to find them, and then say send a message. Okay. However, if you're already swapping with them, wouldn't it be easier just to come in here and say I've got this confirmed swap right here and just say, thanks again for the swap. I I will schedule within 72 hours. So, oops, please don't change your link. If you need to, let me know beforehand. Okay, save note. Do you guys want to see what that looks like on the other end? I bet you do. Just a second, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so here I am on this calendar, and that was Veronica. Note from Veronica. Thanks again for the swap. I'll schedule within 72 hours, so please don't change your link. If you need to, let me know beforehand. Will do. All right, let's go back over to Veronica's. And we'll need to refresh the page. She'll say she checks it later. And it's right here. Will do. Guys, if you're loving the messaging system in here and that you can message and talk to them real time, just comment down below. I love the messaging system, or just I love it, whatever the case may be, however easier it is to type. Say I love that. And at any time, I don't have any other books in here, but if I wanted to edit this book, say it's my link isn't working, or you wanted to change the book, actually I want them to, do The Housemaid Secret instead of Dear Debbie, you can do that. Or say, you know what, I actually want to send them to my personal address, because this is pulling from your book list in your book catalog here. So, but you're like, I actually want to send them to my personal website. You can do that. Okay, and then just hit save changes. Oops, I don't want to cancel. All right, so there's that. So if you go to Book Clicker, you got to find the person you're swapping with. So if you go to your, go to your list. So we're going to do the same thing. You're going to go to your list. Go to your calendar. Let's find Elise Gray. I'll just say Elise. Okay, there she is. Okay, and then now I can send a message. And then hopefully she reads this, it goes to her email, doesn't go to spam or junk. And then that's how she sees that she has a message, if she doesn't actively go over here to messages. So I'm just going to leave that there. So for that. All right, guys, what else could we compare? So if we do my books, let's look at how BookBridge.io puts in your books. We like to see, let's go ahead. And this is just my test, guys. So I just added some of the books that I like. But let's edit it. So you have the book title, subtitle, the pen name, the status here. You can put in a draft. That kind of tells you if you're like kind of need that person who's like, let me just put this up there so I know that it's almost ready to go. You can swap pre-orders. And when you do a pre-order and say it releases on the 7th, this will automatically change to release once the date, the 7th, changes. Okay, so if we go to Book Clicker and let's see, oh my gosh, I think, is it Launch Center? I'm trying to think, where do we put in our books? Is it under pen names? I think it's under pen names. Add new book. Yeah, there it is. So it's under pen name. So add a new book, and then there you go. Fill in all the stuffs. That's it. I'm going to leave that right there. All right. You can put in your description, of course, your links. So that's where it pulls it in on the swap meet. All right. And what genre it is. So that's how you do books side by side. That's how you do books here in Book Clicker. All right. We saw a list and you get to see. I like this layout. I like seeing my books, you guys. There's another platform. It shows all your books, and I like that. I do. So you can see when it comes to confirmation. Well, this is where you confirm. I think on Book Clicker, the confirmation is. I think it's here. Oh, it says sent. What is this? Oh yeah, so descent, and then I can see, yeah, this and her preview. Okay, so there's that. We can search for it here, or on BookBridge.io, you can go to the confirmation center, and depending on your list view, you can open up the module and see everybody's stats, or just stick to your list, and you'll see the past swaps. If I have something booked, I thought I had something to show you. Oh, here we go. And you can see right here, this gives you this same detail. Is the rating isn't shown on the confirmation center. If you guys want the rating shown on the confirmation center, just comment below, show rating. Otherwise, it's right here. This never goes away. And your clicks are recorded, though. The email preview is recorded. The email or the news archive link is going to be here for you. You cannot edit or change this after 7 days. So I get it. Life happens. You kind of need a grace period. Oh my gosh, I forgot to put in the email preview link before or after scheduling. No worries. No worries. I got you. You can put it in up to a week. But since this was 15th, the time has passed. So your rating is locked in. Your rating is based on whether you have a connected email with verified stats, or it can be an email preview, how your clicks went, and did you complete your dashboard? Like, did you do all the steps and everything? So a good rating is 4 stars and above, because I get if we don't have the email integration just yet, but yet you give us a screenshot, we're definitely going to give you credit for that. But when you leave everything 0, because this platform is built on transparency and trust, your ratings aren't going to be as high. So think about that. Just make sure, hey, get some proof in there that your numbers are your numbers and you're not just inflating them. And it just builds a trust factor, guys. And we need that because some people are flaky. Just saying. All right, guys. So that's how we can verify and to see it straight up how it looks. And you can either have something like this or you can have something like this. All right, so I'm going to kind of close this off here. The vacation mode book clicker doesn't have it all. So, but we did go over the set schedule, confirmation center, the swap meet versus the marketplace. We looked at lists, we looked at books, and then we looked at dashboard. So we pretty much covered everything. Book clicker just has a frequently asked questions to reference. Do they have anything about the color? I see red. No. So nothing about the color coding that I can see. I'm just trying to, I know I've read through this. Oh, here we go. There's green. Is there yellow? Okay. Well, they got green in there. So, and we've got Ask Your Bookie. You can ask him anything. He knows everything and all the things about BookBridge.io, and he is updated in real time. And so he's never lagging behind what's going on or how to help you. And of course, there is always going to be support desk to help you as well. We're not going to leave any indie author behind or hanging. So guys, this was a pretty decent overview, I think, of the differences between BookBridge.io and BookClicker. So overall, what do you think? What do you think? Are you team BookClicker or team BookBridge.io? Or maybe you're both teams. I mean, there are some things about Book Clicker that I absolutely loved. I did love the calendar layout. Once I got used to the color coding, I was like, okay, I really like this. And so I was like, it worked. But I just needed something a little bit more user friendly. And I really needed other authors to stop ghosting me and stop not following through with their promises. I mean, some of us are paying money for these paid spots and then nothing happens. And I feel like there's zero accountability, right? I mean, you can always dispute the charges, but that's a whole other ball game, guys. Okay, so if you want to dive in and take a whole look at all of what bookbridge.io has to offer, because there is still more to come. Like I said, it's going to be built as an all in one system. And as you can see, you don't see promos yet, but they are coming. So if you want to be in on that and you want to play around and do this completely free, fill out that link or the application below to become a beta tester for free and to get in. And if you decide to stick with us after the beta testing phase and we go into live launch, you're going to have a massive, massive discount if you decide to stay on because you were approved as a beta tester and I trust you and you want to try to break this so that I can make it best for all the indie authors out there who are just sick of the platform hopping and ghosting and lack of transparency and the indie author game. So, yeah, guys, that's all I got for you. Let me know where are you at? Team BookBridge.io or Team BookClicker or a little bit of both, or I'm just signing up to be a beta.